Hi, I'm Lucy and welcome to your E3 Game Daily Update from day 2 here at the show. I am knackered, but let's do this. Here's Sunset Overdrive.
We've actually been working on Sunset Overdrive for a long time, and it started with a vision from two of our co-creative directors, Drew Murray and Marcus Smith, who wanted to take shooters in a very different direction. If you think about what we've been seeing with shooters over the last decade, we're mostly seeing grays, browns, rubble-strewn environment, and our goal was to inject color. In the game, a mega corporation called Fizco is about to release this drink called Overcharged Delirium XT. And this drink has been pushed through testing a little bit too quickly. And within hours, people are these horrific mutants who are intent on not only killing you, but getting their hands on more overcharge. Suddenly, the city you live in, Sunset City, is transformed. However, this isn't that dark view of the end times that we're so used to seeing in movies and other games. This is actually your awesome apocalypse, because you no longer have to worry about that dead-end job. You no longer have to worry about playing your music quiet for the neighbors. You can go nuts. So throughout the game, you, the character in the game, discover other survivors of this awesome apocalypse. And you begin to befriend them, and together you figure out what really went wrong, and you lift the lid on Fizco's corporate irresponsibility. But the entire time, we're having fun. One of our mantras at Insomniac for this game has been, fun trumps realism. If it's fun, let's get it in the game.
Sunset Overdrive is all about the big, huge explosion action, which is something that Disney are going to put into Disney Infinity 2.0 with Marvel superheroes. Check it out.
With the characters we had decided, like with the Avengers, you just have to have the Avengers. Makes sense. Deciding what goes in the starter pack, we knew that we always wanted to do Iron Man, because he's Iron Man, he's awesome. We found that people who buy Iron Man also like Thor. And so you put Thor in there, and that's a nice coupling. And then we also wanted to show off a nice, strong female lead inside of the starter pack, so that's why we chose Black Widow. Every character in Disney Infinity has their own skill tree that allows you to customize the power sets they have and, like, you know, basically abilities as well. Now, what does that mean? So say for instance you had a level 20 Thor, and I had a level 20 Thor. You will never be able to get all the skills in the skill tree, so there's going to be a level of customization and uniqueness. So your Thor could actually have more lightning-based attacks. My Thor could be more melee and throwing Mjolnir at enemies. Spider-Man is more based off the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon show. The guys at Avalanche, their mechanics team is like brilliant. As a fan of like Spider-Man, and actually a guy who's worked on Spider-Man stuff, it's really, really fun, like to be able to have this sort of freedom with the swinging and stuff like that. Like I really enjoy it, and you know, that's why I think it's going to be super awesome for kids and family, because it's going to be a fun, simple system, but it has that appeal where it's just like I want to swing around the city.
How come we can never meet under friendlier circumstances?
And finally, it's one of the big hitters from this year's show, and we are so close to its release. Let's take a little look at Destiny.
We're really excited to be here at E3 because what we have is on the show floor our Crucible multiplayers, and that's just one element of our alpha, which is live tomorrow. You can go to greatnessawaits.com/Destiny, sign up, and you'll really understand deeply what Destiny is by playing through that mode. You'll create a character, you'll choose a class, you'll go off and experience a story chapter. You can play our competitive multiplayer, go to the tower, third-person social space. It's just a really deep look at what we're building, and of course our alpha is huge, but it's really building towards our beta on July 17th, and it'll help us get to launch on September 9th. So we think it's a great opportunity to be here and let players experience the game for themselves, learn what Destiny is in your boxer shorts at home. Yeah, there's a lot of challenges, but there's a lot of great opportunities for the team. You know, after 10 years of working on Halo, you learn a lot of stuff, you find out what you love and you find out what you like, but during that period you also get to dream about what you can do if you had a new IP. So there's a lot of ideas that were percolating that you couldn't really fuse into the Halo world, like bringing in fantasy elements, capes, dungeons, big enemy bosses, you know, like the real metaphorical dragons that you could fight, and that was really appealing for the team. So being able to start fresh is both a unique opportunity, and of course we get to build all the tech to suit the game specifically, so we can do a lot of things we were never able to do before. Like, you know, in the past we were able to really only support our competitive multiplayer players long term. Now we can think about how do we take a player that plays everything, that loves campaign story and loves cooperative elements or loves competitive elements, and just keep giving them more and more and more.
Tomorrow's the final day of this year's show. I better go rest up. I'll see you tomorrow.